Where and how do I file at the Wayne County Probate Court? Hi, I'm Darren Findling of the Probate Pro, and I'm going to explain the process of filing at the probate court as it relates to COVID, the court being closed, and how to access information from the probate court during this particular time. As you can see from this beautiful spreadsheet that the Wayne County Probate Court has put together, color-coded, very intuitive to read. It's dated April of 2020. So this form was created during COVID to allow people to file by fax, by email, by mail during the time that the probate court has closed its doors for the general public because of the pandemic. So this particular form, as you can see, is readily accessible through wcpc.us. That's the Wayne County Probate Court's website, and there's a section that says how and where to file. And please understand that as you're looking at this form, it's dated April of 2020, but I'm sure it will constantly be updated as the court continues to refine its process and procedures. On the far right, you'll see whether the document on the left should be filed at the judge's office, at the counter, the probate counter, the records department, or through the court attorney. And again, very nicely color-coded with a little X to identify. So you should look at your particular item that you're trying to file, work your way to the right, identify which area. And then as you move forward or lower on this document, you'll see that the green relates to the probate counter, the yellow relates to the records department, the purple relates to the mental health division, and the orange color relates to the court attorney. And then it gives you the fax number as well as the email address. So really helpful in terms of a process, and rather than everything going to one place and then the court having to disseminate that information or paperwork to various departments, this allows you to go directly to the right place to speed up the process as it relates to filing. Now on the website itself, each of those blue items are hyperlinked. So if you click it, it'll automatically take you to the email or to the website space that you're trying to identify. What I'm going to do here is now walk you through the fax process that the court has set up, because a lot of people file by fax, and we're going to walk through the cover sheet as it relates to filing with the Wayne County Probate Court. You can see here that this fax filing cover sheet has a arrow at the bottom left corner that I've identified. It's WCPC for Wayne County Probate Court. It's Form 115, and it has a date of February of 2019. Now the reason I'm referencing that date is that this form, which keeps getting updated by the probate court, will get updated when judges change or fax numbers change or information changes. So please be mindful of using the right form to ensure that you're sending it to the right fax number, because it can be really frustrating if you're sending something to the court and you're waiting and waiting and you don't even know if the court has received it to the right department. As you can see at the top section here, it says that the pleadings requiring a filing fee will not be accepted by fax. And this is not exactly correct, because there are filings that can occur, and the probate court allows you to immediately pay through its payment portal that is set up. But again, a lot of people want to mail things to the probate court with the requisite filing fees. And I've done other videos describing it, depending on what pleading, what the filing fee is. And of course, on the website itself, there's an area, a tab that identifies the filing fees for each of the things that you're filing with the Wayne County Probate Court. As you move a little bit lower here, this part is pretty intuitive. You're going to put the date that you're sending this in, the case number, the case name, the number of pages that you're faxing, and it has a maximum of 20, which can be frustrating, especially if there's a document with a brief or lots of exhibits attached behind it. Your information, the contact information, this is really designed so that the probate court can communicate with you after you've sent that into the system. Now again, the lower section, again, pretty intuitive. It identifies the document that you're sending into the court system, and you should just look for the document. So for example, if you're filing a proof of service, a notice of continued administration, an annual report within a guardianship, then you'll work your way across and it'll identify the appropriate department and then the e-fax, that's a fax number that you would send in. And again, I just encourage you that whether you're going to fax or email, make sure you get some receipt that identifies that it's made its way to the recipient. Because during the COVID pandemic, A lot of times you're filing and you don't know whether the court has actually received it because there's no immediate communication. Often the documents are in queue waiting for the court to process the document before you become aware that the document has been accepted for filing. So what we do is we often will check the docket itself to see the case progress. So for example, if you're filing an annual report and you have submitted it and you're worried that you're going to be tardy or late for purposes of keeping your guardianship current, keep checking through the website to see if it hits. And then of course, contact the court to make sure that you don't get a deficiency notice or delinquency for purposes of that particular task. But again, pretty intuitive. Check the box, identify where to send, fax it in. Also at the earlier page, you've seen that you can actually email it or mail it into the court, and then wait for that document to get filed with the system. This process is not perfect. Obviously, when courts are open, the immediacy of being able to hand a document to a counter clerk and getting a stamp on it that says filing is really gratifying and assuring that a document has been appropriately filed. So here, there's a lag and a delay that can cause a lot of anxiety when you're trying to make sure that documents are filed timely with the probate court. At the Probate Pro, we're passionate about everything probate. If you have questions about the Wayne County Probate Court's fax filing system or how to file documents at the probate court, you're welcome to visit us at theprobatepro.com or call us at 1-833-PROBATE.